and welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we're taking the TER200 from Basel to Strasbourg. We're going from Switzerland to France, and here on the map you can see our route today. The TER200 or TER200 is a very fast regional train operated by the French company SNCF, and in my last video I arrived close to the station Basel SBB, and from there now I have to walk to the station Basel SNCF. Both stations are in the same building and they are connected through this hallway. Here you can see the station hall of Basel SNCF, and after crossing this building we have a customs barrier, and now we are at the platform of the French part of the station, and now we can take a look at the arrival of my train today. My train today is operated by Corail cars. Those are quite old but very comfortable trains that are able to go up to 200 km per hour. Now we're going to take a closer look at the interior. As you can see, the seats are very soft, very comfortable. We have padded armrests, a rather tight seat pitch but big tables, cup holders, so in general a quite good interior. It's quite typical for French trains that they have very comfortable seats but a quite tight seat pitch. You will find this on many trains. There should be also reading lights available, but they didn't work at my seat, and we also have sunblinds. Here we are now leaving the station Basel SNCF. So as I said, there are two stations in the same building, but this is the French part of the station, and we are now leaving it. Even though we left from a French station, we are still in Switzerland. And we have one more stop in Switzerland, which is Basel St. Johann, and right after the station of Basel St. Johann we are crossing the border into France, continuing on to Strasbourg. The TER200 is going all the way from Basel to Strasbourg, so we're staying on the whole length of the line, and this train only has a handful of stops in between. There is a regional train going parallel until Mulhouse, stopping at all stations, and from Mulhouse to Strasbourg there's also a regional train stopping at all stations, so we are only stopping at the most important stops, and that's why this train feels more like an intercity train than like a regional train. Here we are going through the station of Saint-Louis-la-Chaussée, which is the closest station to the airport of Basel. It is also planned to build a station right at the airport, but for now this is the closest station to the airport, but we are going through it without stopping. Our next stop will be in Mulhouseville. Here you can see the seat pitch again, so it is quite tight, but as we have comfortable seats that's fine, it's still quite comfortable ride. Here we are approaching the French city of Mulhouse, where you have some nice connections. For example, you can go to Germany, to Mülheim. You have a connection on to Krut, which you can do by regional train, and on the same line there's also the tram train of Mulhouse. You have a connection onto the tram of Mulhouse, and there's a connection onto Belfort and to Paris. So quite an important station, and that's why we are stopping here as well. We're then continuing heading north. Our next stop will be Colmar. There are quite a few stops in between, but also here there is a regional train that is stopping at all stations, and we are going through them without stopping. Here we have another connection onto the railway line to Belfort, and soon after we are reaching the tram line of the tram train. Here it's still going parallel to the railway line. After the station of Lüterbach, the railway line and the tram line are merging into each other, and then they are continuing on together in the direction of Krut. But we are heading north on to Colmar. There's also quite big railway museum right next to the railway line. Probably also very interesting, haven't been there yet, but I would say it's probably pretty interesting. Here you can see the railway line to Krut branching off, and we are now heading north. Next stop will be Colmar. Here on this part of the line we can go up to 200 km per hour, so it's a very fast regional train, and now we can also listen to the sound of this train. In the background you can see the Vosges mountains, very beautiful landscape. We are always in a flat landscape. At the beginning of the Vosges mountains you have a lot of vineyards, and then you have a beautiful mountain landscape. Here we are approaching Colmar. Also in Colmar you have a connection to a train on into the Vosges mountains to Metzeral, and there used to be a connection to Breisach and Freiburg in Germany, but this railway line exists only until Neuf-Brisach. So the connection to Germany doesn't exist anymore. But we are continuing heading north. Next stop of our train will be Sélestat. Sélestat is a city that I already visited last year. Here we are approaching the station of Sélestat, and here you have a connection on to Molsheim via Bar. I showed this railway line to you last year, and I also showed to you the railway line from Sélestat to Strasbourg with a regional train that is stopping at all stations in between, operated by quite old cars. And that's the reason why we are continuing now on to Strasbourg without stopping. In the background you can see the train that is going on to Bar and Molsheim, which left a minute too early, so it was not possible to reach this connecting train. So you had to wait there for quite a while if you wanted to take that connection, so I was a bit surprised that it didn't wait. Here in the background you just saw the regional train between Sélestat and Strasbourg, and here we are already approaching Strasbourg, stopping of course at the main station of Strasbourg, which is also the end of the line. The train is then going back to Basel. These trains are usually going once per hour. In my case there was only a train every 2 hours, so make sure to check the schedule before heading to the station. But it is a quite nice and comfortable and very fast regional train. Here we are approaching Strasbourg, and now I'm leaving the train, and in the next video we will continue from this station with yet another train. Here we can take a look in the station building, and that's already it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Here you can see when the next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.